Welcome back to another episode of Benzinga Powerball. This is your rapid fire show where you get a disaster of the day, a wild winner, a hot pick. But today, we got something a little special for you. We are just talking about crypto. We're at 26.55 month high, okay? I did the math. It was like 860 days or something along those lines. 26 and a half month high in Bitcoin. We are up to 51,600. Wanted to answer just the question for you. Why is Bitcoin trading higher and what is next? I've got the newest member of Zinger Nation on with me, Mr. Jared Nations. How are you doing today, Jared?
I am doing great. I love seeing the price just punching through 50K, but I got to do a little wardrobe change, Luke. Okay. I gotta rep my Bitcoin 100K hat. All right. Cause this price is going up, up, up.
I am the poor sucker who bought exactly one Bitcoin at like 61,000 or so. Holding the whole time.
Hopefully we can help some people out today, allocate a little bit better.
So what's going on, Jared? The simple question, why is Bitcoin higher today?
Okay, I think there are three solid reasons why Bitcoin's up today. Okay, number one, the Bitcoin ETF launched last month in early January. There was a lot of forced selling going on. So the forced selling was creating a artificial dampening of the pressure, and now that's mostly cleared. We saw record inflows yesterday. Net inflows is from Pomp. I'm quoting one of his tweets. There was $631 million of net inflows in the spot Bitcoin ETFs yesterday. Okay, just to put that in reference, that was 14 times what the Bitcoin that the network produced. Okay, so this is a massive wall of cash that has been waiting, maybe not even able to buy Bitcoin, that is now able to flow into this market. Okay, so the ETF, that's a really big deal.
And basically the inflows into the ETF are faster at the rate that we can produce Bitcoin at. The miners are producing Bitcoin.
Yes. Right? Yeah. And like yesterday specifically, it was 14 times more than the Bitcoin that was produced by the miners.
Okay.
Yeah. And Bitcoin, they're known, the holders are known to hold. They're not known to sell their Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin's got to come from somewhere. The miners have to sell to fund their operations. So there could be a lot more price pressure upward just from the amount of money coming in from the ETF. So that's reason number one. Okay. Reason number two is net global liquidity is on the rise. And Bitcoin, I view Bitcoin as a counterweight to global liquidity. And global liquidity is just how much money is coming into the market from central governments and fiat printing. And that number is only going higher. I mean, look at our government. They give $100 billion here, $100 billion there, $1 trillion here, $1 trillion there. All of that has to get financed with debt. And so as the debt balloon increases, the value of Bitcoin will suck up some of that excess liquidity, and then the price will also increase.
All right. So you gave us the 1, 2, 3, the catalysts that are at play. It sounds like we've got a couple macro themes, and then the one today is that we had those massive ETF inflows. Like that's what's specific to today. Let me ask you the what's next question. Like what items do you have your eyes on? Or are you bullish, bearish, neutral? Give me the lowdown.
I mean, short term, I think I'm very bullish. Everybody thought that Bitcoin would maybe retrace a little bit down to like 35K, 32K, because it kind of broke its upward resistance. And then it just chilled right around 40K and then punched higher. So that's, I think, a very bullish breakout right now. So it's kind of short, medium term, I'm bullish. Okay. Obviously, long term, I'm extremely bullish. Just to put in context for people, Bitcoin can be almost viewed as a digital gold. There's only so much Bitcoin that will ever be produced, and it has a very specific emission schedule. So we know exactly how much Bitcoin will be produced through the end until 100% of all Bitcoin is created. So to put it in perspective, if Bitcoin had the same market capitalization as gold, one Bitcoin would be worth $685,000. That's a 13x increase over today. So that's like the long term. So I'm not saying it's going to hit it this year, next year, maybe even the year after that. But that's kind of where my eye's at. That's how I view this.
So Jared, let me ask you this. You said very bullish in the short term. We're at 51,600 right now. What's that short term price target for you? When do we start to run into trouble?
I mean, I imagine, I'm not looking at my charts right now, but I imagine there'll be a lot of resistance at the previous all-time high, 69,000.
Okay, so you think we have room from 51.6 to 69. That's the call?
Yep.
I like it. As a Bitcoin bag holder at like 62, let her go.
Well, you know, there's a couple lessons, all right? You know, there's a couple lessons right now. You want to be early, okay? All right. I think we're early in this next bull run cycle. Okay. I think we're early right now. We haven't even reached all-time highs. We have the NASDAQ, we have the SP 500 and the Dow Jones all at all-time highs right now. Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, a lot of the major cryptos still significantly off all-time highs. So I think we have a catch-up trade for these assets right now.
Okay. So I wanted to get into that. We've obviously focused our conversation around Bitcoin today. What other assets are you watching? What other assets are interesting to you?
Obviously, Ethereum. Next up in the list of like approved Wall Street assets will be Ethereum. There's already been ETFs filed for that. I think the exact same thing will happen with ETH. They'll be deemed a commodity, and it'll get the stamp of approval from BlackRock, the SEC. So that's obviously a very exciting trade. Solana, very exciting. They have a bunch of new updates and features that can really scale blockchain to a point where it hasn't reached before. And then another asset I really have my eyes on is called BitTensor. Okay. And BitTensor is an AI crypto that is very interesting. Think of it like a decentralized owned AI networks.
Give us a symbol and give us a price on BitTensor.
BitTensor is probably trading for around $600 right now, and it's TAO. And BitTensor's already smashed through all-time highs, and that chart is going vertical. So buyers beware. But once again, do I think that there will be more value in AI in the next 5 years or less? The obvious answer is more.
Okay. Awesome. All right, Jared, you answered our question of why Bitcoin is trading higher today. You gave us the short-term price target. You talked about a couple other names that are interesting. Final thought to close us out.
Yeah, I mean, crypto is a very exciting asset class because, in my opinion, it represents a off-ramp for the legacy financial system, which we all know is wrapped up in debt financing. And so basically, because of demographics and societal change, this large debt balloon that we have, so all the federal governments, our government, everybody is printing money, and it's just inevitable. And so crypto represents the off-ramp. So that's why I'm long-term bullish on it. I think we see 10, 20 years of innovation in this space, and this is where the money will flow. I mean, the money flows where the returns are highest, and you look at any chart of comparing Bitcoin to all the other assets, Bitcoin wins every time.
Awesome. Jared, awesome Benzinga TV debut. Everyone out there, happy trading. Drop in the comments, drop in the chat. Give us those short-term price targets. Jared called his at 69,000. We're at 51,600 right now. Happy trading, everyone.
Thanks a lot, Luke. Happy to be here.